How's it going, everyone? Chase Moss here at the Golf Academy at Horseshoe Bay, and today we're going to talk about controlling our wedges. So let's get right into it. There are three big keys in controlling your wedges. First is making sure that you get clean ball first contact. Second is making sure that you have adequate shaft lean at impact. And third is choosing the right club. So let's talk about getting clean ball first contact. Step one in that is making sure that we have the ball in the right position. What I tend to see with a lot of people who struggle with getting ball first contact and being able to compress the golf ball is they tend to have the golf ball too far forward, and so naturally that kind of sets their body behind the golf ball, makes it really hard to get back. They have to do something drastic in order to hit the golf ball before they hit the ground. So what I'd like you to try is start with that golf ball in the middle of your stance, or you can even put it just a hair back in your stance. That kind of naturally sets you a little bit more in front of the golf ball. The next piece of that is making sure that you maintain enough pressure on your front side throughout the swing. So the other thing I see with a lot of people who struggle is at some point during their swing, whether it's set up, backswing, or downswing, they'll get too much weight going into their rear side. In this case, it's my right side, and they get stuck there, and they have no choice but to flip at the golf ball and almost kind of hit up on it. And that's not what we're looking for if we're trying to control our wedges. We want to make sure that we keep enough pressure on our front side throughout the swing where we can return to the golf ball with ease, get ball first contact, swing through, compress the golf ball, have a nice flight on it. So now let's talk about shaft lean. What I tend to see for most people who kind of struggle with shaft lean, there's two big reasons for it. One of which is because they get stuck kind of too far behind the golf ball, they don't have enough pressure built up. And two is because they don't rotate their body well through the shot. So it's very difficult for me to get shaft lean if I don't continue rotating through the ball. So if I try to hit one with just kind of my hands and arms, it's really easy for me to get flippy at the ball. I can still have some speed, but it's really, really difficult for me to control the flight and the strike on that golf ball. So here's a good drill for creating more shaft lean using body rotation. I want you to put that ball in the middle of your stance, and we want to almost mimic impact. So I'm feeling like I have a lot of pressure on my left side. I've got my hands and my arms in front of the golf ball here like I'd like to have when I truly strike it. And I'm just going to take it maybe hip high, maybe a little bit more. And then from here, all I'm feeling is like I'm really using the rotation of my body to hit the ball. I don't want to get up here and throw my hands and arms at it, because then I lose all that angle and that shaft lean that I created. So I'm setting the club here, maintaining this relationship, just kind of turning through the shot. And as you can see there, I dropped that launch angle about 6 degrees just because I had more shaft lean at impact. Once you start to feel comfortable with that drill, start working your way up slowly to a full swing where you're maintaining those principles of pressure on your left side throughout the swing and really feeling like you're using your body as the driving factor and not throwing your hands and arms at the ball. So now I'm going to use those same principles for this shot here in my full swing. So I've got the ball in the middle of my stance. I've got some good pressure built up that I'm going to maintain. I'm actually going to start with a little bit of shaft lean here so it helps me return to that position. I'm really going to feel like my body is the driving factor in this swing here. Flew about 82 yards, launched at about 27 degrees, had about 50 feet of height, and had a pretty good amount of spin. So now that we've got the mechanics down, now we have to choose the right club. So I hit that prior shot with the 60 degree. I've now got a 56 degree in my hand, and what I'm going to try to do is land at about the same yardage, somewhere around 80 yards. And if I keep the same mechanics, naturally, because this is a lower lofted club, it should come out even more flighted with even more control, because now I'm swinging at a smoother tempo. What's also nice is because I'm compressing the ball properly, I'm not really going to lose that much spin even though I'm going down a club. Making sure that we still have ball in the middle of the stance. I've got enough pressure built up on my left side that I'm maintaining throughout the swing. And I'm going to start with a little bit of shaft lean as well at impact, or at setup, excuse me. And then really feeling like I'm still using my body as the driving force and not just using my hands and arms. So trying to hit this 80 yards. As you can see there, flew about 83 yards. The launch angle came down a few degrees, the height dropped a few feet, and the spin did drop a little bit, but that's still plenty of spin to maintain control when it does land on the green. So now what I'm going to do is I've got a 52 degree in my hand. I'm going to try to hit the same exact shot 80 yards with the same mechanics, and all that should happen, it should feel easier on me. That launch will come down, the height will come down, the spin will drop a little bit, but still should be enough to maintain control around the green. So ball about middle of the stance, weight forward, hands forward, feeling like my body is driving the swing. "82 yards, that launch came out a little bit lower, the height dropped a few feet, the spin dropped marginally, but that's still plenty of spin to have plenty of control when it lands on the green. There's three big keys when it comes to controlling your wedges. Making sure that we get clean ball first contact, making sure that we have adequate shaft lead and impact, and making sure that we choose the right club. If you are interested in a lesson or a clinic, links will be down in the description, and as always, thanks for watching.